Howdy, I'm Lucas with Ryze. I recently had the opportunity to interview Andy Lopata. He's a business networking strategist who works with companies to strategically grow through networking and relationship building. Andy has written 3 separate books on networking and is a frequent contributor to the Huffington Post, the Financial Times, the Guardian, and more. He's seen traveling the world, giving talks and presentations on networking and relationship building. So it's an honor to have had the time to talk with him in this 5-part interview, with part 1 starting now. You are a networking professional, and you coach and train individuals and companies on the networking strategies and getting referrals and building, clientele or business or however it is, but through individuals. So my first question to you would be, I guess, can you outline your specific, strategy development that you have for individuals?
Okay, so when you say for individuals, are you talking about individuals within an organisation or for individuals who are in a sales role? Because it really depends on what someone wants to achieve.
Okay, so cool. Then that was the difference that I was going to get to. I would say right now would be for individuals that are maybe they're self-employed or they are their own business owner and they're the top of the organization, for instance.
So it's networking for business development, effectively.
Yes.
So what I would say to someone in that position, and here's where the overlap comes. I guess if I give you the overarching theory, if you like, philosophy, and then we go into that business development strategy. So I think we network professionally for 3 main reasons.
Okay.
And they are to become better known, better equipped, and better connected. And there are other altruistic reasons and personal reasons to network. I'm looking at professional networking. Mm-hmm. And most of the purposes you can come up with would fall into those very wide bands: better known, better equipped, and better connected. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I would say to any individual is why. Why are you networking? What do you want to achieve from relationships, from investing time in building relationships? You need to understand that return on investment in order to justify it within a business. Otherwise you fall into the trap of just having a good excuse to go and socialize, which is all very nice. Take you anywhere. So objectives is the first thing to understand, and those objectives would fall under better known, better equipped, or better connected. So in a very simple terms, networking to become better known is about influence. It's about what people say about you when you're not in the room. It's about your personal brand. It's about a range of those different things. And it's understanding. The simplest way to describe it is, what do people say about you when you're not in the room? Would your network recognise when you would want them to talk about them, and would they know what to say?
Okay.
The better equipped piece is a very broad area, and it can range from having mentors, and inside a big organisation having sponsors, who are people who put you forward for specific roles, senior people, but certainly having mentors, having a network that will support you. Particularly, you talk about solo entrepreneurs. It's a very lonely place, and surrounding yourself with people that for the water cooler, if you like, in a big office, that even just give you a break from the work that you're doing, people that can tell you it's going to be okay, people that you're comfortable saying, no, it's not all right at the moment and I'm struggling, and whether they advise you or they're just there for you. That's very important in a network, and I think that's important for everyone, but particularly if you're working either on your own or you're heading up a small business and there aren't people at your level that you can confide in. And it's also networking to become better equipped takes us into networking for information, market information, information on our clients, information on our prospects, understanding, having a broad network within client organizations so that you know what's going to happen. You become a trusted advisor if you tell them what their challenges are before they tell you. And it's your network that can feed that to you, whether it's across the industry or within the client. And networking in a larger organisation, across that organisation, it's amazing how many multinational organisations do not share knowledge between teams dealing with the same client in different parts of the business or different countries. And then networking to become better connected, which takes us into the more focused business development area, and that's all about referrals. So it's about having a network who will refer you. It's about understanding that the biggest mistake most people make at networking events is trying to sell to the room, to sell in front of them, when they should be trying to sell through the room. Get to know those people, get to build relationships, build trust, and then they can introduce you to the people they know. If you're in a high value environment, sell a high value product, particularly B2B, but also B2C for high value, business to business or business to consumer for those that don't, then referrals are key. If you're in a high quantity, low value, low margin product, then you may not want referrals, which is where you phone people who are waiting to hear from you. But word of mouth. You still want people to go out and talk about you and to sign up or buy from you.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that makes, so then those three things, that translates for individuals as well as for individuals and corporations as well, or in organizations?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the better, if I'm talking to a group in an organization, I would focus, unless there were particular areas that client wanted me to cover, my go-to would be become better known. You're going to get, if you want promotion within this organization, there's going to be a room full of people who say, who do we want for this role? And if your line manager is the only person who knows you're good at your job, you won't get that promotion. You by the right people for the right things when those opportunities come. For better equipped, I focus on mentoring and asking for help. You know, particularly, I think in the UK we're particularly bad in having the culture of, being seen to know all the answers, not looking weak. You know, we're famous for our stiff upper lip, and we need to get beyond that and be able to say, hey, I don't know the answer. And the best way to do that is have a trusted network of people you know you can turn to and ask for help. And then the better connected piece is more relevant in a sales role than anything else. But whatever your role, having people who influence, who know, who can introduce you to key people who you might not be selling to them, but you might be selling an idea. You might be engaging their involvement in a project. They may be in a different team, and you need to get in front of the right person, and you need them to be receptive to your message so that that team works with yours. There's a range of different reasons why you might want to be connected to key stakeholders. So better connected helps with that as well.
That concludes part 1 of 5 with Andy Lopata. We hope that you join us next time for the rest of the series. Until then, Andy has been kind enough to share with us his tips book on building business relationships, 10 steps on how to build a network of champions. You can find a link to that in the description below or in the accompanying post. If you're curious to learn more about Ryze, you can visit ryzeapp.co and find out what we are building, the Personal Relationship Manager, a tool to help you organize, follow up, and build better relationships. Until next time.